On October 31st this year, the United Nations Security Council adopted a resolution sponsored by the United States extending the mandate of the United Nations mission for the referendum in Western Sahara for a further year. The resolution was widely interpreted as an endorsement of Morocco's position on the Western Sahara issue. Since gaining independence in 1956, Morocco has asserted sovereignty over the disputed territory and has officially incorporated approximately 80% of its land, maintaining effective administrative and military control. Algeria, a long-standing supporter of the Popular Front for the Liberation of Sagia El Hamra and Rio de Oro, or Polisario, voted against the recent Security Council resolution. Here's a report.
Morocco's king lauded the UN Security Council decision as historic to support his country's plan for Western Sahara, a disputed territory that has provoked decades of conflict between Rabat and the Sahrawi independence movement. Polisario, backed by Algeria.
It is a true source of pride that this historic change comes at a time when Morocco is commemorating the 50th anniversary of the Green March and the 70th anniversary of its independence. On this occasion, I am pleased to share with you the sense of satisfaction inspired by the content of the latest UN Security Council resolution.
Morocco will proceed with the updating and detailed formulation of the plan to submit it at a later date to the UN. The monarch added that the framework would serve as a realistic and applicable solution that should constitute the sole basis for negotiation. This decision created a frenzy in the Moroccan capital. Thousands of singing, dancing Moroccans took to the streets in the capital Rabat to celebrate a UN Security Council vote backing the country's plans for the Western Sahara, disputed for half a century.
It is a historic day, a day of joy, a day of happiness, a day when truth and justice have triumphed. Today, the entire world is convinced that the autonomy plan is the one and only solution to end this 50-year-long conflict.
The victory achieved today by Moroccan diplomacy, under the leadership of His Majesty the King, through the UN resolution, is a victory for justice, a victory for Morocco, from Tangier to La Guira.
Algeria's ambassador to the United Nations, however, said his country chose not to take part in a UN Security Council vote to signal its disagreement with a US-backed resolution, endorsing Morocco's autonomy plan for Western Sahara as the most feasible solution to the long-running dispute.
Through that absence and acting fully responsibly, Algeria wanted to illustrate the distance that we put between ourselves and the text, which does not sufficiently reflect the UN doctrine with regard to decolonization.
Qui ne reflète pas fidèlement.
The Western Sahara is a vast, mineral-rich former Spanish colony that is largely controlled by Morocco but has been claimed for decades by the pro-independence Polisario Front. The Security Council had previously urged Morocco, the Polisario Front, Algeria and Mauritania to resume talks to reach a broad agreement. But at the initiative of US President Donald Trump's administration, the Council resolution supported a plan, initially presented by Rabat in 2007, in which Western Sahara would enjoy autonomy under Morocco's sole sovereignty. King Mohammed said, Trump's efforts have paved the way for a final settlement of this conflict. In a televised speech on Friday, the Moroccan monarch invited Algeria's President Abdelmadjid Tebboune to engage in dialogue.
I invite my brother, His Excellency President Abdelmadjid Tebboune, to engage in a sincere fraternal dialogue between Morocco and Algeria, so that, once our differences are overcome, we may lay the foundations for a new relationship based on trust, brotherhood, and good neighborliness.
The resolution, adopted with 11 votes in favor, none against, and 3 abstentions, states that autonomy for Western Sahara under Moroccan sovereignty could serve as the basis for negotiations to end the 50-year conflict. Africa Bureau, WION, World is One.